Good evening, Master Tanaka. Good evening. Good evening, friend channel. Thank you very much once again for your availability. Here we are in the spiritual realm, always blessed, guided, and protected by our great Archangel Michael, and under the guidance of our beloved Master Saint Germain, as well as the entire line of beings of light of the violet flame, the violet ray, as well as the other beings of light and other ascended masters of all seven rays that encompass the energies on planet Earth and on the multi-universe as a whole. We beings of light would like to mention that indeed we are part of this hierarchy, this line of violet flame, the violet ray. Yes, we are getting closer and closer to all the great beings of light who guide or help planet Earth as a whole. Master Saint Germain guides us, leads us, and brings us this great opportunity to be here weekly, each being of light representing a brotherhood, representing what you would refer to as a community on planet Earth. Again, I mentioned that we are here exchanging a lot of very important information, important for the spiritual plane as well as for you on the material plane. We know about and always mention the great changes that will take place on planet Earth. Energy changes, climate changes, as you mentioned correctly, and very soon, changes in the geography of the planet. For some, these changes are frightening, and for others who have an understanding of the purpose of these changes, they are a great joy. Obviously, many other changes of this kind have already taken place on planet Earth. Clearly, all of you have a more or less extensive knowledge of this, and those who don't have it yet can acquire it as the information is increasingly available. Today's contemporary world is privileged to have a wonderful, enormous range of information available, different from other eras. You are privileged beings with all this knowledge, this vast knowledge available to you. Many of you end up not taking advantage of all this knowledge, may end up wasting time with things from the world of illusions. So we recommend, we request that you seek to know more about these changes that have taken place during the history of humanity. Each change has brought many benefits, a lot of evolution to planet Earth. And very soon we will also have one of these transitional phases. So we beings of light make this recommendation today. Analyze, study your past, and you will see that many great changes have taken place in other phases of planet Earth. These changes have always brought an uplift, an evolution to your planet. We beings of light were eagerly awaiting these changes, eagerly waiting because we know that passing through this phase, the new stage of planet Earth will enable a much greater interaction between the spiritual and material planes. Consequently, many interesting things will happen, as we have been saying periodically. People who experience this new age will develop in their own discipline, in their area, many advanced things. things that will bring changes not only in material matters, but also in people's minds, in the way of facing divine truth, in the way of dealing with other human beings, more advanced, much more lovingly, much more collective oriented. People will understand increasingly that everyone is part of one thing. Everyone is part of a whole, and in this way, they will begin to think collectively, knowing that if each one evolves, humanity as a whole evolves. Conversely, if some individuals do not evolve, they will harm humanity. This is exactly what happens at this moment, what happens in the contemporary world. Indeed, the evolution that has taken place in recent years is evident. Technological evolution is evident. The surfacing of a new generation of human beings is evident. Very different from a few years ago. Very different from centuries ago. So you can experience in history a great evolution in the relationship between humans. Of course, many of you may question why cruelty still occurs, why very negative things still occur among human beings. But of course, compared to not long ago, only 50 years ago, it is possible to see a much more positive awareness, a big difference in the way people were treated, in the coexistence between people. Anyone who knows a little bit of history knows that centuries ago, many deaths occurred due to simple misunderstandings. Many deaths occur due to illnesses which today are fully treatable, and so on. So evolution is very clear. However, as in other phases of the past, to have evolution, it is necessary to have an energetic elevation in human beings. And many beings who live on planet Earth today vibrate at a very low frequency. For evolution to occur to these people, these individuals must rise or leave the material plane. Each time an individual with dense energy leaves the material plane, the energies rise. Every time a differentiated human being is born on planet Earth with a purpose, the energies ascend. Therefore, this moment we currently live, with several collective disembodiments, which evidently were not caused by beings of light, have nonetheless evidently raised the average energy of human beings on planet Earth. Because of this increase, the changes to a new age are becoming more and more possible, and will also trigger a series of new modifications. Therefore, with our messages transmitted to you, just as the energies of people who are doing the channelings and who are receiving the channelings rise, more advanced information can be communicated to you. Therefore, friend channel, Master Tanaka, ladies who listen to us, it is important that you advance more and more in knowledge, in energetic vibrations, in unconditional love. The higher you vibrate, the more prepared you will be, and the more we can move forward with these messages as well. It must be said that many things are not revealed by us, beings of light, in common agreement. We end up not revealing information which may interfere negatively with your energies. It is necessary to have an energetic preparation to receive more advanced messages. We beings of light have a very close communication with our beloved Master Tanaka, who has a very great knowledge that allows us to be here. However, we dose the messages, the information, considering the energies of everyone who is in contact with us, everyone who will receive these messages. Of course, we beings of light, because of the unconditional love we have for everyone, we do not want to harm you by bringing information that is too advanced for your absorption. During the entire history of mankind, in which we had the possibility to communicate with human beings, we have had many learning experiences. Therefore, you are benefited from all these experiences that we had, both positive and negative. It became very clear to us that indeed it is necessary to dose the information according to the average energy level of the group or community which we are communicating with. So, beloved ones, the higher your energies, the more information you have in your individual databases, the more we can advance in communications. This is our message to you in this session. Have a great week. So be it, so it is. It is done. Thank God.